Hi guys, I hope you're all really well. I was just musing to myself that my wall isn't very exciting a backdrop. I apologise profusely, and I'm sure that in time I will get this makeup room up here a little bit more sorted so that I can create a more interesting backdrop than just a wall. Anyway, how are you guys? Good, I hope. Today what I wanted to do was show you how to create the two skin finishes that I'm most often asked for, and they are of course polar opposites. So I'm either asked for you know, that kind of super matte retouched you know, Instagrammable finish, or the also highly Instagrammable kind of strobed highlighted finish. And I have got some goodies in front of me that will show you how to do exactly that. Actually, before I start with that, let me pop a little bit of lippy on. This is my gorgeous Telluride crushed lip colour. I'm glad you all enjoyed my swatch video. I enjoyed doing it. There we go. That's better. So what I want to show you are, I think, probably some of the best kept secrets at Bobbi Brown, and we have just relaunched them in a new packaging. They are adored by industry insiders and makeup artists alike, but they are Bobbi Brown's Retouching face powders. Now, the clue's in the name because they give the skin that kind of retouched, airbrushed finish, but they're also real wonder products in that they can warm up and brighten skin tones, they can colour correct, as well as diminishing the appearance of fine lines and giving, I can only describe, that almost photoshopped, blown out, retouched finish. And these are products I use for my brides all the time. And actually, we've just been at Brides the Show, and I was demonstrating to my brides during the masterclasses just how one can use these gorgeous retouching powders. So let me walk you through them. So here we have the gorgeous pink retouching powder. Now they used to be in a smaller pot with little holes on top. Now it's held within a much bigger tub, but with a gorgeous it's like a bouncy let me get this right, like a bouncy piece of cloth over the top. So it contains the product within the pot and you don't get too much product come out of the top. So really handy if you're on set or if you are at a wedding and you don't want to be carrying a loose powder that could spill. This ingenious packaging now means that the fabulous retouching powders are that little bit easier to use. So this is the pink, and the pink is stunning for counteracting any sallowness in the skin. So if you suffer with a slightly kind of more yellowy undertone and you want to warm it up, this is an amazing finishing powder for you. However, I love it on my brides as a finishing blush. So I just sweep it over my bride's blusher to help cement that kind of pinky tone in place, but also mattify and get a bride's cheeks super photo ready. So that is the pink retouching face powder. Now this is the peach retouching powder. I use it most to warm up slightly fair skin tones. So sometimes if I'm working with a model with olivey skin and let's say her neck is a bit fairer than her face, I might use my peach retouching powder just to add a little bit of warmth through the neck, so thus using it for its colour correcting property. But I'll also use the peach retouching powder on a light to medium to olivey skin tone as a finishing setting powder. So white is one of the retouching powders that I use the most, specifically in the under eye area. So if I'm working on a photo shoot or on a bride or on TV, I want to ensure that under eye concealer is completely mattified. So I'll take the white retouching powder and I just set with an eye blending brush the concealer I've applied under the eye, and the white not only doesn't really affect too much the colour of the concealer I've already applied, it does help to further brighten. But don't worry, I know that we've all seen pictures in the media of people who've applied some kind of brightening powder under the eye on the red carpet and it looks a little bit overdone. Panic not, this doesn't contain any light reflective particles of that vein, so all you'll get is a pretty mattified look, but nothing that's too bright. So that's the white, which I love. The yellow retouching powder is also a key kit must have. I don't go to a job, specifically a wedding, without it because it's phenomenal at toning down high colour in the skin. And I know a lot of women really worry about redness around the nose or on the cheek. Some suffer with rosacea. So this is a fantastic T-zone mattifying retouching powder that takes away any unwanted shine but also tones down any high colour. So it really is a win-win retouching powder. So you can see I'm taking this through the T-zone, focusing really through, like between my brows, above my eyebrows, because you never want that area to gleam unnecessarily, and that can look a bit like perspiration and sweat on camera. Then I'm taking it down the sides of the bridge of the nose. Again, we want to make sure that area is totally matte, and then just a little stippled with my sheer powder brush into the chin. Next up we have the rose, which is more of a rosy pink, so deeper in tone than the pink retouching powder, and this is really pretty on a warmer to deeper skin tone to give that healthy little bit of colour to the skin, and again brighten if with foundation the skin's looking a little bit flat. Again, often for brides, if a bride isn't wanting too much of a bluey pink flush on the cheek, I'll often use rose as a mattifying final top coat of blush to the apple of the cheek. But other than that, I use this, as I said, as a tone to warm a deeper, warmer skin tone that might be looking a little flat. And last but not least, the brown retouching face powder. So this is fantastic as that setting, mattifying powder for a deeper, warmer skin tone. However, if like me, you love a bit of bronzer, but you want it utterly matte and retouched and perfect looking, say potentially for photographs or a special occasion, then this brown retouching face powder doubles up as a stunning, super matte, camera ready bronzer, because thanks to its super finely milled powder and its finish, as I said at the beginning, it gives the skin that kind of blurred, retouched effect that is so super flattering. So you'll have no need to spend hours editing your photographs, because the retouching face powder will have done all of that hard work for you. So the retouching face powders are the products that I use to achieve that beautiful, blown out, super matte finish to my makeup. So shall we mix it up a little? So I've shown you how to get the super matte finish using Bobbi Brown's retouching face powders. Let's mix it up and flip it on its head, shall we, and show you how to get that gorgeous strobed finish. And I want to show you something incredibly exciting and incredibly special, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably have seen a little sneaky peek. Now this is unfortunately limited edition for the moment, and it's exclusive to the Pro Studio in Soho. If you have not been there, please go. It is stunning. It's the most beautiful Bobbi Brown store that I have visited yet, and we're so lucky to have it here in the UK. It's a world first, and in the Pro Studio we showcase lots of Pro products and Pro kits, and we've got a Pro Masterclass space downstairs. So whether you're a makeup artist or you're not, if you're just a makeup enthusiast, do go and have a look. But the Pro Studio Soho are very lucky to have at the moment this. Ooh, look at that. This is the Bobbi to Glow highlighting trio. So the highlighting powders from Bobbi Brown have been an instant hit since they launched. They became a huge sensation on social media, and Amrezy was quoted as saying it's one of her favourite highlighters, and they are just one of the easiest products to use to create that super glowing highlighted strobed finish to the skin. So I'm going to convert my super matte makeup for you into something gloriously highlighted using these 3 shades. Now if you can't get your hands on this limited edition palette, I will list below and pop a link to where on the Bobbi Brown website you can take a look at the highlighting powders that we carry in the line full time, because we have the pink glow and the bronze glow that we sell all the time that are divine. These are just gorgeous. Limited edition, so I couldn't help but have them in this video. So I'm going to start by taking this stunning Nectar Glow, and I'm going to take this over the cocoa shadow that I applied this morning to show you how I can convert what was a totally matte eyeshadow look into something really beautifully highlighted. So I'm going to focus mainly the Nectar Glow in the inner corner of my eye, just to brighten up the eyes and give that wide-eyed finish. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book, but it's still a makeup trick that I do all the time, because who doesn't want their eyes to look that little bit bigger? I'm now going to take, just on a smoky liner brush, a bit of the same colour but very delicately, just hide it, eke it under my brow bone for a little bit, let me come closer, of an extra highlight, but I'm using a super fine brush so I can keep full control of where that highlight is. If you use a brush that's too big, what you'll find is that your highlight just seeps into the rest of your shadow. I want to keep this really fine and just below my brow bone. Pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of this beautiful pink gold highlighting powder, and I know I just used both the pink and the rose to mattify my cheeks, but hey, now I want to get that glow, so I'm going to take my sheer powder brush and just sweep some of the pink gold glow back and forth over the top of my blush, and you'll see what we've achieved here now is a soft pink iridescence that I think is divine. Now you can use the pink on the eye if you want to, you can use the pink on the cheek as I am, you can use it on your décolletage, I never know, if in doubt, collarbones, but you can see that what we're creating on the top of the cheek there is that beautiful, gorgeous, soft pink luminosity. But why stop there? Because I can, I'm going to use the gorgeous golden bronze glow from the highlighting trio and use it a bit like I would a bronzer. So I'm going to take this over the higher points of the cheek, over the temple, and up into the forehead. Now this might be a step too far for some of you, but for some of us who really like a highlighted finish, this is kind of the pièce de résistance, the icing on the cake. Now it might be that if you secrete a little bit of excess oil, you might want to omit this bit from the temples. However, having worked so hard to mattify the skin first with the retouching face powders, you can afford just to create that little bit of soft dew, I suppose, on the forehead, so that if in the evening, if you are out and about and you want the light to catch your forehead, also you can just take it up, as I said, through the temples, just onto each side of your forehead. Now I also love the look of a little bit of highlight down at the tip of the nose, or the bridge of the nose. So I'm going to go back in with an eye blending brush into the Nectar Glow and just sweep that down the centre of my nose, just to add a little bit of height to the bridge of my nose and a little just on the tip. Now I know the highlighter on the tip of the nose does divide opinions. Oh, highlighting trio, how I love you. Look at that glow. So as I said, unfortunately, this set, well not unfortunately, it's a gift. This set is limited edition, but we do have the pink glow and the bronze glow permanently in the line. I'll put links to them below. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed a slightly deeper dive into the Bobbi Brown retouching face powders and a little bit of fun creating more of a glow finish with the Bobbi to Glow highlighting trio. Guys, take care of yourselves and I shall see you all soon.